You guys hear that? That's nuts. We need to go check this out. You know, typically I come to these videos prepared with a list of topics, things that I want to talk about and discuss during the video. I call it a beat list. Well, today I don't have a beat list because I don't need one. For those of you that don't know me, real quick, my name is Sean, and my wife Holly and I bought this old farmhouse on 4 acres of land here in eastern Tennessee back in the fall with the intention to raise as much of our own food as possible, whether that's through animals or through our garden. And that's kind of been our goal. Shortly after we bought our house in the 4 acres, my parents bought the surrounding 6 acres, and there's a little house on that surrounding 6 acres. So altogether, between my parents, my mom and my dad, and Holly and I, we have this 10-acre parcel of land that we've just been blessed to have and to share together. And so I started this channel, The Modern Yeoman, back in September to kind of just give you guys a window into what it's like setting up a multifamily homestead. The good, the bad, the happy, the sad, the pretty, the ugly, all of it. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what it's like. So that's kind of a basic introduction to the channel. And I should point out right here that what you're watching right now is in a typical format of a normal episode. Usually each episode will encompass a problem that I've found here in the homestead or something that I need to accomplish, a project. And I kind of take you guys along for the ride as I figure out what's going on, or I work on a project, or something needs to be done, whether that's here with the chickens or the garden stuff or working on my parents' house that they're remodeling. That's a typical episode. This episode is not about that. I needed to take one episode to kind of get something off of my chest. By the way, you guys hear that? That's nuts. We need to go check this out. I've been hearing it as kind of the background the whole time I've been talking, but it sounds like thousands of bullfrogs back in the pond back here. I realize it's probably dozens of bullfrogs and not thousands, but man alive, they are so loud. I guess spring is here, right? Let's go see if we can find some. It's getting louder and louder. I can barely hear myself think. You know, for as loud as all of these bullfrogs are, I don't see any. I'm looking here, but I don't see any of them. I think they'd be perched up on some of these logs in this pond, but I don't see any. Anyways, it's too loud to think. Let's get out of here. Okay, so where was I? Getting something off my chest. So this isn't my typical format. Usually I'd be outside there digging things up or pulling things down or moving things around. And I promise I'll get back to that format here starting in the very next episode. But what I'm about to say, I think, deserves its own special few minutes in today's episode. So indulge me while I kind of get this out. This won't be the most polished presentation I've ever given, but I think it'll at least be authentic. So here goes. Starting at about Wednesday, I noticed that my subscriber count has been hovering at or slightly below 2,000 subscribers. It's been going up and down Right now it's at 2007, but that may dip back below 2000 by the time that you watch this, or it may go a little bit higher. Either way, it's around 2000. And so a little side note is appropriate here real quick. The very fact that I have a homestead and I have a YouTube channel about that homestead and I've got 2,000 subscribers following that YouTube channel, never in a million years would I have predicted that my life would have taken this trajectory. And the amount of gratitude and thankfulness that I feel towards you guys, I need to put a pin in that. I'll come back to that in a moment. But there's something kind of strange that happened to me yesterday that I do want to talk about real quick. So I didn't realize this, but apparently YouTube Analytics allows you to go in and see how many people have unsubscribed from your channel. I've always, you can see that it goes up and down, but I didn't know that you can go in and get the actual number. So yesterday I went in and checked, and apparently since my channel started back in September, there's been around 250 people that have unsubscribed. And the first time I saw that number, it was kind of a sucker punch, right? It's like, whoa, man, I'm clearly missing the mark here somewhere. What am I doing? 250 people went in, and this content doesn't resonate with them enough to where they went in and hit the unsubscribe button. And I was like, what am I doing here? Do I need to quit YouTube? After I calmed down a bit about it, though, there's a couple of epiphanies that I had and conclusions that I reached. The first conclusion is that, okay, sure, I've got some work to do. I'm not Werner Herzog here behind the camera with the content that I'm producing. I clearly have a lot of room to get better and make more engaging content that clicks with you guys better, that has less filler and resonates more. Yeah, I've got work to do. But just because I have work to do on something, that doesn't for a second mean that I should quit doing it. It's like the homestead. You can't expect to show up on a brand new property and on the first day everything is perfect and flourishing. You've got brush to clear. You've got animal infrastructure to build. You've got repairs to make. You've got work to do. And you can approach creative endeavors like a YouTube channel in the same way. One of my favorite comments that somebody ever left on the channel was, they said that in their country there's a saying that translates in English to slowly, slowly. That's it right there, those two words, slowly, slowly. And that comment has stuck with me ever since I read it. I think I might get it put up here in my office or on the barn or make a t-shirt of it or something, because I think that's such an important lesson. If you work at things slowly without expecting dramatic instant results, one day you're going to be able to look behind and see the progress you've made and just be astounded. So that was the first conclusion that I came to, that yes, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to require work, and I'm here to show up at it and continue putting work into it. The second conclusion that I came to, after a little bit of common sense had started to take over my head, was, Sean, why the heck are you focusing on the 250 people that have unsubscribed when you have 2,000 subscribers? And that's when it dawned on me how thankful I am for you guys that have stuck with me since the beginning of this channel. It started back in September when I started doing this, so almost half a year now that I've been at this. And those of you guys that have supported me from the beginning, showed up and left encouraging comments, showed up and left wisdom, practical knowledge. I can't begin to articulate or convey how thankful and grateful I am for you guys. So thank you. I don't know how many different ways there are to say thank you, but thank you, each and every one of you that have supported this channel and been here since whenever you started watching and stuck with me through my adventures and my misadventures. Thank you. Recently, I was talking with a very close friend of mine, and I'm paraphrasing the conversation, but he basically said, Sean, you talk about self-sufficiency and self-sustainability a lot, but what about the community aspect of it? And at first, I'll be honest, I kind of bristled. I'm like, well, what do you mean I'm not focusing on that? But the more I thought about it, the more I realized he was right. I wouldn't be where I'm at today in my homestead or on the YouTube stuff without the support and encouragement and wisdom of hundreds of people, a community of people. So it's in that spirit that I've got a very simple favor request to ask of you guys watching. I think it's a way that I can kind of extend my gratitude out in the world a little bit. And that's to go over and take a look at a couple of channels, 6 channels. The first 3 that I'm going to mention, I've mentioned in a previous episode, but I think it bears repeating them just because they really kind of helped get me going in the beginning, and I consider them to be mentors. And they also have really inspirational, engaging content. There's The Kramer Life, there's Growing Little Country Homestead, and there's Celtic Roots Farm. I'm going to leave the link to those channels below. But like I said, they make really great inspirational content consistently, but they're also really good people who have encouraged me for a long time now. So it would mean a lot to me if you went and checked out their channels. And if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe to it. The next 3 channels that I'm going to mention also are people that have been very encouraging to me and have consistently left really encouraging comments to me. But they also make really amazing content, really cool videos. And I think they're worth checking out as well. Now, there's a lot of different channels, but these 3 are the ones that kind of stick out for me right now. So I'm just going to mention these for now. And those 3 channels are Permapastures Farm, Mini Acres Farm, and Naive Urban Gardener. Please go check those channels out. And like I said with the first 3 channels, if you like their content, subscribe, support them. I'll be leaving their links to those channels as well in the description below. And it would mean a ton to me if you just went and checked them out. So anyways, like I said, this isn't my normal format. Thank you for indulging me. I just felt like I needed some time to say these things. And more than anything, I needed time to say thank you guys for helping me get to this milestone of 2,000 subscribers. It means so much to me. So from all of us here at The Modern Yeoman,
thank you.
Just wanted to say thank you to everyone out there. It means a lot.
Just wanted to say hi and thank you.
thank you so much for your support. Have a good day.